I left Waunakee because the ferry doesn't take big vehicles and this RV which we're driving wouldn't fit on, so I want to drive from Waunakee all the way down this road here. And along here. And continue right right round the bottom of Lake Michigan, all the way up here. To Muskegon. And when you get into Muskegon, the ferry port is there. And finding your way down and along here, although it looks very simple on a map, I can assure you it's quite difficult. And it's taken me 9 hours of hard driving to get here. Going round the outskirts of Chicago was manic. You just sit in the middle lane with these huge lorries on either side of you, just banging along and hope to God that you don't have to turn off at any point, because it's just constant traffic. I would want to do it again, let's put it that way. This is Lakeside Drive in Muskegon, which is really quite a difficult road to find anywhere. And then there's a sign there for Lake Ferry entrance. It's this great big yellow building and a funny drawing on the side of it. And this big grey building on the opposite corner. And so you turn down here. And before you get to that gate there, which goes across the road, which is a bit off-putting, you turn left. The sign there which tells you. And that takes you round to the car park. It's very difficult to find even in broad daylight. Goodness knows what it's like when it's dark or it's raining. So this is where the ferry which the cyclists are on from Milwaukie, this is where it docks in Muskegon, or Muskegon, on the shores of Lake Michigan. So this is the sunset over Lake Michigan. Because when it arrives it'll be 10:30 and it'll be dark. It's a wonderful sunset. So this is the ferry which has come into Muskegon from Milwaukie, and it's loading up before it goes back again. Yeah. So we've changed time zones now. So it takes 2.5 hours, not 3.5 hours. To come across the lake. So it's now 11:15 Eastern time in the evening. It's early morning in the RV. We have to carry everything to the hotel. The place is piled out with bikes. Now you get another 5 people to come in yet, and all their luggage. So this is where we are now, a sleepy little village. It's rather nice actually. Very quiet. Lots of places, especially by lakes and rest areas, have these barbecues set up permanently. They're a substantial piece of kit. And they're very, very popular. This is Colombiaville, just on the edge of the lake in Michigan. This is them arriving in Colombiaville, just going over the little bridge over the lake. Stop to take pictures. This is the bridge to Canada. So we're crossing from the USA over to Canada.
That's a cycle path right there, isn't it? No. Hey? On your right? No. Why isn't it? I think they go over in like a minibus or something.
Here we are in Canada. Well, we've just come across the bridge into Canada. We're all here on Canadian soil. That's the bridge. And over there is the good old US of A, which we've just left. So over there is Port Huron. We're now in Ontario in Canada. So that's Lake Huron. And I'm standing under the bridge between Canada and the United States. And this is the St. Clair River. It's a brilliant blue colour. And it's quite fast flowing. And where it goes to down there, I don't know. This is typical of what you get in the US and Canada. Absolutely useless road signs. So we're banging along this road, which is dead straight, and according to the map it just continues dead straight, but suddenly you come to this thing here which has got arrows pointing both ways. Now which way are you supposed to go? It doesn't say. And when you're driving this thing, this RV, if you take the wrong turning, then turning the bloody thing round is on these little narrow roads on your own is horrendous. There's a great big hawk gone past there, or a buzzard. My restaurant in London, Ontario, Canada.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And it's very nice.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Glasses.
I'll bring the jam.
And whatever they say.
It's a strange part of the world, this. I mean, London was a big place. But it has things like Hyde Park and Oxford Street. We stayed, this enterprise was in a region called Highbury. And then when you look on the map at the various places round about, at the moment I'm sitting in a little village called Thamesville. And there is in fact a River Thames. And London was in Middlesex County. Whereas this Thamesville, it's in Oxford County. It's a strange place to be. I suppose it's where the settlers came from in the first place. So today we're on our way to Grimsby. And I noticed there are places nearby. There's a Whitby nearby and a Port Darlington. And then there are quite a number of Scottish places like Elgin. So it's a real British mix. So this is how you spend your time every 15 miles or 10-15 miles or so. You sit and lay by and you wait for the cyclists to catch up. Hopefully you're on the same road, but more often than not, you get lost. Every time a big wagon goes past, the whole thing shakes. It's just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. This road's quite quiet because it's a Sunday, but normally it's just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Big wagons rocking this thing from side to side. So you need a good stock of books, or ideally you need a travelling companion and a pile of games for two. Someone who you're very compatible with, because by gum, you spend a lot of time together. I mean, crucially, you need to make sure that your communications are good. We've had terrible problems with communications, because I haven't had a phone that works over here. Eventually I had to go into Walmart and buy one. But we had terrible problems at the beginning of this jaunt, and in fact for the first 3 weeks was dreadful. Lots of falling out about it, but it didn't seem to concern the people who were cycling, but by hell it concerned me an awful lot. We've been very lucky, we've got away with it. We haven't had a major incident. Got lost a few times, and if I'm not parked on the same road as them due to some confusion, then if they go past the van and I don't see them, I'm going to sit there for another half an hour, and then I have to go back along the road just to see where they are. This has happened several times, and it's really annoying, because you have to go back something like maybe 20 miles to where you last saw them. They aren't there, and then you turn around, you come back another 20 miles, and then with not having a telephone to communicate with them, it's just been, in some instances, absolute chaos. So you really need compatible telephones, because if anything had gone wrong, seriously wrong, and we couldn't communicate with one another, it would just have been a disaster. But there seem to have been more pressing things. This is Niagara-on-the-Lake. It's a very pretty place. There's an English pub. There's some lovely floral displays, but of course it's very busy, being a touristy sort of spot. Everybody's standing still like it's some kind of fun.
The old angel.
Anyway, this is the angel.
Yes, really nice, mate. What's your
The Angel at Niagara-on-the-Lake.
Steak and Guinness pan. Alright, cheers.
So this is outside the Angel in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Unfortunately the lights in the, behind the pub, which is a bit... It's a very English pub. And we just had a steak and ale pie. I've seen everything in the Huron, but this is the Angel at Niagara-on-the-Lake. It's got a little set of goals and a golf and a ball to aim for.